Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody. It's the best of Loveline. I'm Adam, and I'm at home. That's Drew.
I'm at home.
You sure as hell ain't at my house, brother. So, sit back, belt in, and prepare for a little something we like to call the best of Loveline. Yeah, it's Loveline. Woo! Gotta get it on, I'll tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Let's rock here, Drake.
Here we go.
Drake?
Yeah.
You're 22?
Yes, sir.
What's up?
Well, a couple months ago, my girlfriend said she wanted to try anal sex. And we tried it, and she didn't like it. And I don't know, it kind of sparked an interest for me. It's not like that's all I crave, but it was kind of, you know, like that hot thing that just kind of was...
Well, let's talk about this for a second. Adam, what do you think about this idea of the people up the ante all the time, and that when they do, they sort of are going down a path? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The next thing it's going to, okay, we need to bring another person in, and we got to move along the arousal path.
Well, you know, if you think about this country and this society and all that, that's basically what it's about. How you doing this year compared to last year?
But when it comes to sexuality, I think there's a momentum to it for some people, almost the way you can get a momentum with drugs.
I agree. I'm just saying, why should it be different than any other aspect of your life? I mean, if you think about what this country is built on, I don't want to sound like one of the founding a-holes, but I'm saying is it's like, let's move. Hey, man, what you did last year, not good enough this year. It's time to ratchet it up. That's all anyone ever really talks about.
And so that sort of gets ingrained in it, but that kind of behavior has a positive payoff. It's those sorts of momentums have good payoffs. This kind of takes you spiral.
I know, but I think it just bleeds into the bedroom.
I agree, but I'm just saying here maybe it needs to be contained. Maybe it doesn't apply quite so liberally in this bedroom and with substances. Things you can get motivational shifts in your brain around. You got to be careful with.
Oh, no, I agree with, obviously, obviously it's like, well, you only did one balloon of heroin last year. This year it's time to do 2 balloons.
Right.
I don't mean it that way, but I just mean we're getting hit over the head with faster, better, stronger, better, faster, and I think we're just sort of spiraling in that direction.
Do you agree it should be contained in the bedroom?
I do. But, you know, philosophically, this is something for you to hear, too, Drew. We probably ought to wrap it up a little everywhere because you end up just sort of, it's this crazy treadmill, and everyone's talking into their BlackBerry and multitasking, and it's just going insane. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
Drake?
Yes, sir.
So we're saying cool out a little bit. She didn't like it. I know you're sort of got your arousal spidey senses are up now, but they contain it a little bit.
I just wondered, is that weird for, like... I mean, is it weird for guys to be attracted to that? Because, I mean, I don't know. It kind of makes me feel like maybe I'm
You're definitely gay.
Yeah, it definitely makes you gay, right? Yeah, absolutely. Of course. Now, look, we talked to a lot of guys that are into this or are attracted to it, and it doesn't mean anything. To me, it means that, it smacks of, it smacks of alcoholism to me, is you need more arousal all the time. Yeah. And so just be careful. Just kind of reel it in the way you would a substance or anything else. Just focus on the good stuff that you do have.
There are guys out there, and especially guys, not so much women, but there are guys out there that are, there's okay, it's like somebody goes, oh, man, you see that thing on the news, the guy getting cleaned out by the train on the motorcycle? Right. And there's guys who go, I don't need to see that. Yeah. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to have a dream. I'm on that. No, I don't need to see that. And then there are guys who will pay to see it.
Well, and then need more after they've seen that. Yeah. And they got to get something weirder and grosser.
No, I'm just saying there are guys who would definitely not want to miss that evening news. If that's what's going to be. And there are guys who say, man, I don't need to see this. Right. I think it's almost the same guy.
Could be.
And there are guys out there that just, they're I don't even know what to call it, but they want to see, it's like they're the guys, they're not going to kill anybody, they're not going to hurt anybody, they don't want anything bad to happen to them or their family. They would definitely not miss that newscast where the guy got cleaned out.
I'm going to shift a little bit on you and also talk about how these guys with their need for anal sex with women, I think it harkens back to that same pulling the ponytail impulse that guys have. Yeah. I mean, what is that? They would like to abuse and physically manhandle women, and then women like to giggle along with that?
Yeah.
You respond to that?
Well, I mean, but a lot of sexuality is just, a lot of it is aggression. There's a fair amount of aggression mixed up into it, and there's a little, now who's in charge? I mean, there's a few elements. As I've said many times, Drew, when I'm cornholing someone, you know who the boss is. You don't have to come in.
You've been just waxing philosophy. You've been sitting around reading Kierkegaard all weekend. What have you been doing?
You're in charge. Yeah. I wish you just go around, just do your day that way. Yeah. Just what are you going shopping? What movie do you want to see? I want to see that movie where they drink wine. All right, we're going to see the Van Damme trifecta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It definitely puts you in charge, and I think that's another thing that guys like. All right, you ready?
There you go. Keep going.
Trey?
Yeah. Hey, Adam. Hey, Drew. Love you guys.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks, Trey.
Yeah, I've got a problem. I'm a commercial salvage diver.
Wow.
And I recently suffered decompression illness, the bends.
Ugh.
Yeah. Hold on a second. We may talk for
20 minutes.
20 minutes. 45. Trey.
Yeah.
Commercial salvage diver.
Yes.
All right, let's hear all about this. First off, the bends, called the bends because you bend over. Yes. That's what I like. I like a very simple one. You know where they got their name, Drew?
I didn't know that.
You know where it got started?
The stomach.
Just bend over, yeah.
Ouch.
It must have been easy before there was all these CAT scans and doctors and cultures and everything. What do we call this one? Well, the guy's attempting to blow himself while he's standing on the edge of the pier. Bends.
He's bends. Bends or bends? Bends.
Bends sounds good.
Trey,
could be the squats.
What were the manifestations?
The manifestations, I just completely clamped up. I started feeling tingling in my hands, clamped up, and they took me to the hyperbaric chamber.
So you didn't have any skin reactions or joint reactions or anything like that? Joints
just
muscle.
Feeling kind of weird, and by the time that happened, I was stabilized.
And you generally do things to avoid this, I imagine?
Always have tried to avoid.
Did you come up too quickly or something, or what happened?
There was an accident. I was doing a saturation dive, where we were down for a very long period of time, in which we were completely saturated with nitrogen. And there was a mix-up when I was getting lifted to the surface, and I came up too fast.
Wow.
Dangerous.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
We were doing some salvaging on an old ship that had a car on it, and so we had to go grab that.
Ooh, let me weave this into my new story. Now, hold on a second.
Perfect.
Awesome. We've got to keep talking. Now, let me say a few things. First off, where they invented the bends is when they were doing, I think, the Brooklyn Bridge, and they were digging caissons, and they had to dig those caissons deep into the bay. Yeah, people were getting the bends not in the water.
Coming up.
They were getting the bends by going into this air chamber, this caisson, and spending too much time down there.
Right.
And then coming up. And everyone was like, people were dying of it all the time. Trey.
Yeah.
All right, I got a lot of diving-related questions for you.
No problem.
Before you go, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a story. You like this, too. I had a guy that was a recreational diver. He came up, and he had sort of red marks over his knuckles. Mm-hmm. And he had a little bit of discomfort there. It was like it persisted for 2 weeks after he dove. Mm-hmm. And he said, "What is this?" And we call the diving people. We called everyone we could think of. There's a Long Beach has a special sort of decompression chamber stuff. Nothing, no big deal. Maybe it's a sea urchin bite or a sting or something. Guy goes down about a month later. He's about 30 feet. Dies. How?
What was it?
The bends. Decompression.
The bends?
Some kind of decompression syndrome.
But the knuckle thing was...
Yeah.
Okay. Trey?
Yeah.
We'll see you in hell. That's what Drew's saying.
I know. I get that a lot.
But now, how deep were you on this diver trying to salvage this car?
We were at 90 feet.
And what kind of ship crashed that had a car on it?
It was some old yacht, actually. They were trying to bring this car over to one of the San Juan Islands.
Uh-huh.
They were, this rich guy was doing that, and it sunk.
And what kind of car was it?
A Ford.
Old? That's boring. I thought it was going to be a Duesenberg or something.
Yeah.
What year was the Ford?
67, actually.
What?
Well,
I don't know why he was doing this.
Don't you guys have a recycler where you are?
Well,
you pick one of those for $3,500. Okay, so he found so you went down to get the 67 Ford.
Woven into the seats.
Yeah, there had to be some. And how long was the car underwater?
It was underwater, we think, for 2 years. By the time
2 years.
We created the ship.
And how bad a shape is a car? I know it depends where it is and how cold the water is on, but 2 years, I don't know, can you bring it back to surface and you know, work on it and get it, you know, restore it?
You couldn't restore it, but it's pretty good scrap money, and you can sell the pieces pretty nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Something's missing.
How do you get it to the surface?
We use these big lift bags that we hook up, and if we have to take up piecemeal, that's what we do.
And you take the lift bags filled with air and float it up?
Hook them up and let her rip.
And they'll float a car to the top?
Yeah, if they're big enough.
And then how do you get them out? And then you just like hoist?
We have hoist on the back of ships that we use to lift them up.
Wow.
And take them back.
Now what else? What's the coolest thing you salvaged?
Coolest thing I salvaged was this ancient old Buick from the 30s. It actually restored perfectly.
No, you do cars? Lots of cars? Lots of ocean?
Cars, actually. We get a lot.
You do a lot of cars?
A lot of cars.
You did an old Buick?
Yeah, it was so cool.
And how long had the Buick been underwater?
It had been underwater easily 40 years.
What? Hold on, I got to talk to Drew.
What?
Oh, no. How come the Caddy that was from '67 had only been under the water for 2 years, but just good for parting the thing out?
The Ford.
Sorry, the Ford. For 2 years.
But the Buick
The Buick's been under for like 40 years, but it restored perfectly.
Colder water? I don't know.
Well, maybe the Ford wasn't worth the restoration.
Right. The Fairlane.
Trey.
Yeah.
Why, and wasn't the Buick covered in like barnacles and stuff? Was it a mess?
Actually, it wasn't, because it was still in really good packing. It was one of those Connex containers, and it was really wrapped up tight, and so it was okay.
Wow.
Oof. What kind of Ford did you pull up? What kind of car was it?
I actually don't know what kind it was, because we just scrapped it.
All right.
And, wow, there's money here.
Well, let him ask his question.
All right. What's the deepest you've ever been?
Deepest I ever been, officially or unofficially?
Unofficially.
Unofficially. Deepest I ever went was 180 feet unofficially.
Oof, wow. Crazy. You know what's crazy? There's free divers.
Oh, God, those guys are insane.
They go down like 200-300 feet?
Oh, that's
doing what?
I think I heard 400 feet once, but I'm not.
Doing what?
They hold their breath and go down 350 feet. Chicks. Hot chicks.
What do they do down there?
They set records.
Go down and come back up.
They do down there. They do welding on oil derricks. What do you mean they do it down there? They come back up again.
Wow.
They go all the way. If you Chris, punch up free diving on that computer.
Okay.
This time tomorrow, we're going to have an answer for you people.
I used to free dive halibut. We'd go 30 feet. And that was a huge deal. I mean, you know like
the record's probably close to 300 feet. Okay. So, what's Trey's problem?
My problem is I cannot get an erection now.
Since the bends?
Since the bends, I've been unable to get an erection.
How long ago was the bends?
The bends was 7 days ago.
And what else? You got a congested sinus infection or something also?
Yeah, I've been coughing and stuff, and I've been having congestion pretty bad.
Are you taking something for that?
Just stuff for the symptoms, but...
Like what?
Just a little bit of Robitussin and some codeine-laced stuff.
Well, codeine, that's it. No erections. There you
really?
Go. Yeah.
No boner with the codeine?
No boner with the codeine.
Bet I could get one.
So that's why he's not having erections. It's probably not to do with the bends.
All right.
But it'd be interesting if it were, because the bends can cause actually tissue damage, and so you might want to kind of check that out if it persists after you get off the codeine.
You know what my dream is? My dream is to be underwater and breathe. No, not dream. I'm fantasy. I want an excuse to look at a watch underwater. There's nothing cooler. Even when you're in a pool. You ever jump in a pool and you look at your watch and you're underwater? Now, here's where I want to be. I want to be like in the ocean. I want to be kind of deep. And I want to do that thing where I point at my watch to you. You know, I do this thing. I do like 2 and I do like that. And I point at the watch and you do. And I set the thing. And I also want to have a knife in my mouth at some point.
But not when you're free. You have a regulator in your mouth when you're diving. You can't have.
Oh, yeah. No. Oh, okay, okay. The point is just, Drew, just to point at your watch and to really mean it. Like you have to look at it underwater. You think you'll ever be in that situation?
I used to do a lot of diving and stuff.
Scuba diving?
Yeah, I used to do the free diving frame with scuba diving, and he'd always be telling me how long he's got.
Pointing at the watch.
Yeah.
But you didn't point at your watch.
He pointed at his pressure gauge. He pointed at the pressure gauge.
No, you need to point at your watch.
Yeah, so.
You need a big, hefty, thick rubber band on it, and you point at it. Look at this. But you don't say anything, because, you know.
No, he knows.
Wow. Drew going after halibut.
Yeah, I used to be halibut.
Free driving.
Yeah.
Free diving. What'd you hit him with, a spear?
Huh?
How big? What's the biggest one you ever got?
Probably about 12 pounds. Not
12
big
pounds.
Ones. There were some big ones out there occasionally. But
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's real passionate man.
Hey, speaking of which, I have a quick request from our listeners. Again, for Discovery Health Channel, we're looking for people to be on that show. Looking for people who have sort of sexual hang-ups because of germs. They're afraid to have oral sex or French kiss, that kind of thing. And people who are fearful of seeing letting their spouse or partner see them naked.
Yep. All right, Chris, what's the record for free diving?
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, please.
How can Chris be doing what I told him to do the second time I ask him every time? Like if I say, here's the thing. What's the date today? The 15th?
Yeah.
It was January 15th? If I said to Chris, I need you to look this up and be January 15th. If I came back 4 years later and said, well, what's the answer to that question? You'd say, hold on, let me get that.
The 16th.
I'm getting to it.
Yeah. I'm looking it up right now.
400 feet, Engineer Anderson says.
That's nuts.
400 feet. And you know what? Chicks do it.
Tanya Streeter does it.
There you go.
122 meters is what it was.
122 meters. Wow. 400 feet. And by the way, anyone's ever been out in the ocean, look down and see what 60 feet looks like, you'd go out of your mind.
You can't see the bottom. It's 60 feet.
Yeah, 400. Here's the deal. Hold your breath.
3 minutes, 38 seconds.
Wow.
Her heartbeat was yours, Carolla. It was like 60 beats a minute.
They go down on a sled. They go down, it pulls them down. Then when they get to the bottom, pow, they pull this, nitrogen cartridge or something in a balloon thing, and it shoots them back up again. But you're still going down 400 feet. And there's a great story about this really hot, like 20-something-year-old chick. I mean it.
She exploded?
Set the record. Had this, like a husband who free dove. Went down. He was going for they weren't going for the record, but it wasn't like sanctioned right. He screwed up the balloon thing. Boom, went down. Thing didn't go.
So how's that?
Couldn't get back up.
Ugh.
Died. Ugh. Yeah. Bad times. Good looking chick. Long hair. And
she was the one that died?
She was the one who died. Yeah, and then they were going after him because they said you didn't set it right, and that was murder. And it was crazy.
God.
Someone's going to make a movie out of this. All right, should we take a break, Drew?
Please.
400 feet, everybody.
Ugh.
It's like a 35-story building, just straight down on a cable.
There's a movie called The Big Blue that's all about that. It's a French film. It's very good.
Yeah, I saw it. But it was, I think it's about 10, 14 years old. Drew, I get around.
I know
Bucko.
that.
Let's take a quick break. Did you find it, Chris? How many feet, buddy?
400 feet.
Oh,
400 feet.
Excellent.
That's what I'm talking about. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Drew, who do we talk to? Why does her vagina stink? Yeah, that's Savannah. After this. Yeah, buddy, it's Loveline. I'm Adam, that's Dr. Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. I was thinking about today, Drew.
What's that?
Talked about it before, but it's been a number of years. My nephew, not my sister's kid, but my wife's sister's kid, got a fractured hip.
Oh, my God.
Hit with a hockey puck.
Oh.
Kid's like 16 years old. Anyway, I think he's going to be okay. But he can't sleep because he's in pain, and he sleeps on his side or on his stomach, and, of course, the hip's effed up, and he's got to be on his back.
Yeah.
And, you're on your back a lot in this society. The world is built for people who sleep on their back. Whether it's you take a plane, the seat reclines, you sleep on your back, you're in great shape. You sleep on your front, you're effed, like I am.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if you sleep on your back, it's good for, if you essentially can doze off in the upright or sitting position. A long bus ride, a plane ride, a boring board meeting, a long movie, whatever it is, doze right on. Now, if you sleep on your front, and then especially if you sleep on your face in this sort of cockeyed position I do, where my hands are actually underneath my head, being used as sort of a pillow.
Yep.
And if you do that, then you get in the plane seat, you recline the plane seat, and then you proceed to try to twist over. But, of course, you're being bent backwards. Like, essentially, if you want to sleep, you can do it, but from L.A. to New York, you're going to be in the down dog position. It's like some sort of a retarded yoga lotus position, and you're going to wake up in worse shape than you were. It's actually worse, because the only thing worse than actually not sleeping is trying to sleep and tossing and turning all over the place, and you got your face mashed up against the window and stuff. You're trying to tuck your hand, and you're using your jacket as a pillow under your head. Meanwhile, the guys who sleep on their backs are sawing logs all the way across the ocean. And I just look at them and I think, you're going, 600 miles an hour, you're 30,000 feet in the air, but you might as well just be home in your bed. Because that's where you are right now. You're just leaning back. You're going to bed. And I thought, and it's better for your back. It's better for everything. It's better for your skin. Like, I'll get a zit or something, or ingrown hair or something on my face or my cheek because I sleep with my face mashed up against. And then, of course,
no, it's because of your hands. Your hands are mashed up against your face. All the stuff on your hands gets on your face.
God knows the oral fecal route has never been wider open. And then secondly, then there's the drool factor. I will slobber on my pillow face, and now if anything happens, like, I threw my back out or I hurt my neck or something, now you're in for the worst night of your life.
You're just not sleeping.
You're just not sleeping. And then, God forbid, something happens where you have to go in the hospital for a few days. You're just screwed. It's like, listen, you might just dart me like a rhino. Otherwise, I'm going to be lying here staring at the ceiling all night. So I thought, what an advantage sleeping on your back is. What a huge thing. And I thought, two things. One is, I swear to Christ, you get hold of your kids, flip them over, Drew. Go into the room every night and just flip them over. You could turn them over. You could turn them over and flip them over and work them. And my buddy Chris, he was a belly sleeper until he beat up somebody on Pacific Coast Highway, and the guy ran him over in his Volkswagen.
Is that recall? He ran him over 3 times, right?
Well, he ran him over enough to have some internal bleeding and stuff, and a fractured arm and stuff. And he had to go to the hospital, and to stay in the hospital for like 2 weeks, and it converted him over to his back.
Wow.
Well, because if you think about it, you take a 19-year-old guy, and you put him on his back for 2 weeks, he's converted. Why should it be any different than, quitting smoking?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like the first couple of days are the hardest, right?
Yep.
Well, then you're converted. The younger, the better.
Yep, you're right.
I would like to start a sleep center where I flip people over.
Yeah, learn to sleep in the position that you will need your whole life. You know what I mean?
Learn to sleep in the position that the man has forced you to get in almost every situation. I don't care if you're on a subway, a bus, or an airplane. You be on your back. And, folks, if you sleep on your back and you're flying to Singapore, pop a Xanax and let the good times roll. Now, I start a facility where I'll flip you. I'll flip you. And the first thing we got to do is and this is why I'm talking to you, Drew, because I need a physician. People aren't going to do it. I'm going to have to drug them up pretty good.
I see.
They're going to a lot of muscle relaxing. They're going to be like rag dolls. And then I'm just going to start flipping them. And I'm going to get a bed that actually starts to pivot and turn over. So they just spatula. Big spatula flips them over. But after, 10 days, they're on their back, and that's it for the rest of their life. No back problems, no slobber on the pillow, sleeping. I predict you will take flights just to sleep. You may not even have to travel. You'll just go get on a plane.
Draw it. You'll be a genius. You'll be a genius. 100 years, you'll be a genius.
Chris, you see this? I'm drawing a stick figure on his stomach, and I'm drawing the same guy now on his back with an arrow.
All right.
Okay? All right?
Yeah.
All right. You're witness, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send this to myself. So it's dated. It's got a postmark on it.
Perfect.
All right. Let's talk to...
Hey, I have a quick thing first. Again, for my television program, I'm looking to talk to couples who have a fear of having pregnancy a fear of having sex while pregnant. We talk to those people on Loveline all the time, where the guys are fearful of screwing the kid up, or the women feel ugly. We want to talk to that couple on television. So
we talked to him. We talked to that guy last night, didn't we?
I know, it's interesting. Yeah, we talk to them all the time. Now, of course, Noah will call.
No way. Yeah. Lacey?
Yeah.
You're 12?
Yep.
Do you sleep on your back, kitten?
Maybe. Yeah.
Talk about not getting answers on this show.
I can actually sleep on my belly or on my back. I've actually fallen asleep once where I had my elbows on the ground. I had my face propped up.
Well, really,
you know what? I think I could hear her talk about anything.
Yeah,
it's just
like
the light in her voice. Yes, just read the dictionary to us. Go ahead. What's up?
Redhead, I'm very sociable.
Yeah, all right. What's
Back
up,
to that,
Lacey?
Verbal expression issue you're bringing up.
Well, she's 12. Give her a break.
My daughter's 12. Oh, my God.
What's the problem?
Oh, my God. This is going to freak me out, whatever it is.
Yeah, because your daughter could be calling the show?
Or one of her friends or something. Oh, my God.
Lacey?
The humanity.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you how you know it's not one of your daughter or one of her friends, because ice skating's not come up yet. And we're a whole minute and 11 seconds into the call. Go ahead, Lacey. What's your question?
There's a guy in my class, and I like him and everything. Like, I want him to actually like me, and I don't have a way to get him to, like, notice that I'm there, and, like...
Now, it says here you had...
I'm just drifting off.
It says here you had brain cancer.
Brain tumor on my optic nerve, 5.5 years.
What did you have? Did you have a craniopharyngioma or something?
No.
What was it?
A benign brain tumor.
What kind?
I have no clue.
Was it like a pituitary tumor?
I have no clue.
Okay.
What did they do? Did they get it with the gamma knife?
I actually went down to Cedars-Sinai.
What did they do? Did they operate or did they just put you on medication? Hello?
I had brain surgery. My brother's making me laugh really hard.
Did they go through your lip to get up to it?
No, they actually cut a scar from the bottom of my ear up to my
forehead.
Head, up to the top of my head, and pulled my whole face forward.
Yep.
I have a picture of my 3-day black and blue eye.
Wow. Okay, do you want to get the attention of a guy that is he a friend of yours?
So what? Did they get it?
Yeah, he knows that I like him. I mean,
they shouldn't sweat the small stuff.
They get the tumor. Everything's okay?
Yeah. 6 years out, no sign of returning.
Was it an arachnoid cyst? Does that sound familiar? It's kind of a weird location for an arachnoid cyst, but
no clue. It was on the optic nerve.
All right.
Anyway. So and they check you every once in a while, see if it's coming back. MRI, BFD.
Yeah.
All right. So what's up?
So fun. You'll have fun tomorrow. Don't worry.
Can't wait.
Yeah, listen, I had one of those MRIs. Like, you put your head in a trash can and some guy beats it with a wooden spoon for 40 minutes. It's horrible.
Not too bad.
No,
all right, so
I didn't like it.
Do you think this guy likes you, or is he a friend of yours?
He's actually the guy that sits next to me is his best friend.
Can you talk to him or send a message through the guy that sits next to you?
I'm actually comfortable talking to him and his friend, so.
All right. Well, here's what
I don't understand, Lacey. You're very outgoing. And you're not scared to present yourself to people and have a conversation with people.
Yeah.
Maybe you should talk to him about, how you feel about him.
Yeah, because he's into, other girls in class, because I've called him, and I've had, my cousin three-way and, ask him.
Later, a couple more years, that three-way will mean something else.
Trust me, I know what you mean.
No, trust me. Oh, no.
Easy, baby. Easy now.
No, come on. Easy. I'm losing it.
All right.
Okay, here's the deal.
12-year-old is freaking.
Here's the deal. It's okay to talk. What does it mean when you have a boyfriend 12 years old anyway? It just sort of means you kind of hang out
now?
a bit. Relax. Easy.
All right.
Oh, my God.
My ex that just dumped me because he has to go down to Hollywood for 5 months for acting, we would go to the movies. I went to his house.
Right. So maybe you should ask him out to hang out like that. I think that's enough for me.
I know. He went to Hollywood to act, huh?
I know.
My ex, yeah.
Your ex. It's nice. I don't know. I can't even imagine calling it an ex at age 12.
I know.
What are you in? Are you in the 6th grade?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so here's the thing, Lacey. Let's be realistic about this whole thing. The guy knows you. He's seen you. He's spoken.
He always looks at me because his friend sits right next to me.
Right.
Always looking at me.
Right, but that's like saying he's always looking at me because there's a seagull on my head.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like that doesn't help you any. He's always looking at you, yeah, because his buddy's right next to you.
And you're always staring at him.
And you're staring at him. But he's well aware of you and is not and doesn't seem to be interested. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
But at 12, you never know. I mean, a lot of 12-year-olds just are not into girls. They just aren't.
Well, but he seems to be chasing some of the other girls that are in the class.
Maybe they're chasing him.
I've actually talked to him about it.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah?
I would either just let it go.
Wait a minute. What did he say when you talked to him about it?
Because my cousin called, and he's all like, she's weird. She wears glasses and she has red hair. Ew.
Okay. Well, listen, Lacey, one day you're going to find a lovable nerd who will give you the kind of love that you deserve.
Yeah, this guy
ain't it.
Yeah, he's giving sort of a no, don't push it. Do not push it. It's okay to have a crush at a distance. Don't get obsessed about it. Just move on.
And Lacey, here's the thing. This may be the first time this has happened to you. It happens to everybody multiple times.
It'll happen.
It really does.
Yeah. And Adam, think of what you wish somebody told you when you were 12 about these kinds of things. That's what we got to tell her. Which is what you're telling her.
Yeah. Here's the deal, everybody. You will find people that are uninterested in you, and everyone will have the people that you are the most attracted to, who you see on TV, could sit you down for 5 hours and tell you all the people who weren't interested in them,
right?
Or who were temporarily and then screwed them over, or what have you. It happens to everybody. And you know what? It's actually a good thing, because it's one of these things, and there's not too many of these things, but it's one of these things where, as a human being, it's almost necessary.
Yeah, you're right.
It's almost important that there's some failure at this level in these interactions.
Yes,
it makes you a better, more well-rounded, more complete human being. Show me a person that's never stumbled and fallen in this arena. I'll show you someone I don't want to hang out with.
That's absolutely right. I'm with you.
And someone who makes me sick. Son of a bitch.
You hang out with your friend Chris still.
Yeah, my buddy Chris, yeah. Well, at least he lets me, smell him down there. Well, I'm being honest.
All right, take a break.
I'm being honest. That's all I can be. All right, Lacey, it's as I suspected. This guy's not interested. You don't watch all those Disney movies that makes you think you can flip this guy over by putting on new perfume, or somehow he's going to look at you. And all these movies, it's somehow, he's ignoring you, he's going after the head cheerleader, and by the end of the 90 minutes, he's realized he's in love with you the entire time.
Doesn't happen. The only flipping over that occurs at the Carolla sleep centers. Otherwise, that's it.
That's right. Now, it does happen in 33 years when his waistline gets like 8 inches bigger than, when he starts wearing the 44, 33 Levi's.
And his testosterone level drops by 80%, yeah.
He starts getting mammaries and high circulating estrogen, and his hair falls out. Then he's into you.
Good.
All right, unless he makes some money, and then he's not again. All right, we'll take a quick break. Sorry, it's true. Take a quick break. Be right back after this. Yep, Loveline, Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191-er. Well, let's talk to Corey. Last time we talked to Corey, we had to put her on hold. She's 29. She has a little problem with a gag reflex. A little situation with her cousin when she was a youngin'.
It's so funny, by the way. She's so focused on this gag reflex, and nothing comes up about the fact that her cousin sexually abused her from age 7 to 8, defecated on her, urinated on her, sodomized her.
Yeah,
no connection between that. No connection between that and your gag response with the peni.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
What?
No. Too big a stretch. Oh. Yeah. You just go to church and work things out. That's all. You just pray on this kind of stuff. It's fine. And by the way, God, He's got a plan. Don't question it. Look, those of you who win the lottery, don't question God, and those of you who get defecated in the mouth, obviously there's a plan. Not everyone can play quarterback. You know what I mean? It needs to be a couple of guards and centers and linemen. You know what I'm saying, Drew?
Yeah, well, Corey's been chosen for her job.
Yeah. Corey?
Yes.
All part of the grand master scheme. Hey, look, here's all I'm saying.
In all reality, I actually went through 13 years worth of counseling, and my cousin was put into prison for 15 years.
Good.
Excellent.
Because everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right, Drew?
Absolutely.
Understood. I really didn't think it had anything to do with that because I have gone through all that counseling. And
what did your cousin go to prison for?
I wasn't the only one that he was raping and things like that.
That's just stellar parenting on
leave you with that monster.
Well, whoever's parenting him too.
His mother is legally insane.
Yeah, clearly. Who knows what she did to him?
So he's in the joint now.
No, he actually just barely got out.
No. Oh my God.
What's he looking for?
Me and there's about 8 others of us that weren't happy about it. We tried to protect
it. That does not sound like a rehabilitatable condition.
Hey, he's on the mend, Drew.
That is a pit bull with a biting problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let me just say this. We got 280 million people, give or take, in this country. We can't burn a few. Nothing to spare, huh? Everyone's precious. Everyone's the same. Everything is so precious. So goddamn precious. We got to save everyone. Everyone's contributing. We got, what? Really? That sacred? That precious? Can't burn a few. No extra? 280-something million people? Can't admit there may be a couple of bad seeds in there?
Even if there were, it'd be a slippery slope.
That's
right. Burning.
That's right. You find the guys.
Stadium's full of people.
Yeah, you find right. Next thing you know, you got Logan's Run and Soylent Green.
Right, that's where that starts.
On your hands. You're right. That's right. You put Manson down, and the next thing you know, jackbooted thugs marching into your house, and they're judge, jury, and executioner. They're deciding. They saw
What's to stop that from happening?
They saw your kid steal some penny candy. They're going to put him down.
And you for being the parent.
That's right. And there's nothing anyone could do to stop it.
All because you threw open that door.
Slippery slope. Yeah. Here. You know what I like? Here's, according to the slippery slope people, we can do nothing then. We can never do anything.
Right.
We can do zero because everything is sort of the
starting point.
Everything's a starting point to a slippery slope.
If you move past the starting point,
movement.
You can't go anywhere.
No, there'll be no kind of profiling at all. No kind of physician-assisted suicide, and there's no anything. We can't do anything because
remember,
we can't have any gun regulations or anything. We can't have a guy grow a marijuana plant. We can't have marijuana for medical use. We can't do anything because it's just an opening to every kind of slippery slope. That's it. There you go. We'll do nothing.
But Corey, I think you ought to think in terms of any and all weird things that happen to you in life, in terms of weird hang-ups. Somehow, I think the odds are pretty good that it's attached to all that horrible stuff.
So
God bless you having so much treatment.
Because of the simple fact, I've never wanted to do this before.
Well, here's some of the things are not. You can't. Some of these things are sort of fixed. Some of these things are in you.
Yeah. I mean, look. You got backed over by a pickup truck. How do you get over it? You walk with a limp. That's all. You make the best of it.
So basically, your husband doesn't what I got and enjoy it.
Yes, your husband doesn't want a blowjob. He's not beating on you about it.
No,
he's not interested. You're somehow hell-bent on doing this, even though it's so traumatic for you. And to me, that always smacks of somebody looking to relive a little of that trauma. Because then when he participates with you, you can freak out and get angry with him.
No, I've never gotten angry at him. I've gotten mad at myself, but I've tried not to let it show to him.
All right, all right. Wherever that ends up spilling out, it's going to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Just leave it behind.
You can keep going with the therapy, by the way.
Yeah.
Not going to hurt. You won't do any damage. By the way, you never... it's not like niacin. You can't do too much of it. You know, like sometimes you take supplements and it seems like a good thing, but once in a while you take a little too much of the niacin, you start burning up, and then you've overdone it. Next thing you know, you got diarrhea. Therapy, not like that.
You don't ever get diarrhea from therapy?
Not really.
You can flush sometimes.
Yeah.
But no dumping.
You will, actually my therapist had to flip the cushion on his last week. Well, but it did come out of me. The point is it doesn't matter. It's not like you're going to get too much therapy and ruin it. You'll be fine. Get a little more. Jeremy?
Yes.
You're 20?
Yes.
What's up?
My girlfriend is pregnant, and I was wondering when it was time to cut off sex. She's got about a month left.
Some people do it right up to the end.
Right up until the end.
If she's getting any preterm labor or any risk to the pregnancy, bleeding, that sort of thing, you definitely want to talk to your obstetrician about it.
Okay.
Why? What's happening?
Nothing. Just wondering when it was time to cut it off.
You like having sex with her while she's pregnant?
It's okay.
It's okay. He'll take whatever.
Yeah,
beauty of man, huh?
It's gushy. Whatever. It feels gushy on my thing, and then, and then the stuff comes out. So, what do you mean? He's like a bear. He's distilled it down to, well, no, I don't like it, but
what are you gonna do?
I got a hump every 2 days. I'm 20. Also, it's like, I'm not going to let a good vagina rot in the bedroom.
Not rot, just get away.
Yeah, it's sitting there.
Yeah.
It's it's the same. It's the way I feel about leftovers.
Yeah.
I'm just eating it. I swear to Christ, I ate Chinese. I actually did the math as I was eating it last Friday night. 2 weeks. 2 weeks the Chinese food was sitting in the fridge.
Oh.
2 weeks.
You ate it.
I mean, there's no exaggeration. It was 2 weeks ago my wife brought home some Chinese.
How'd it taste?
It wasn't even mine. It was hers.
Yeah.
I went and did something, and then 2 weeks later, there it is. Hey, here's my thing. If it doesn't taste bad, I'm eating it.
Chinese food looks pretty elaborate in terms of preparation.
Yeah.
Don't you think they keep it for like 2 or 3 weeks anyway? Just heat it up on the microwave?
That makes it a month old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is a few sprinkles of tap water, a paper plate thrown over the top, and pow in the microwave, and it springs back to life. It's like you've reanimated the cashew chicken.
Found some in some Sumerian tombs.
Yeah. Still good. Yeah, the paleontologist actually just hit it with a flashlight and then just ate it. Yeah, 2 weeks. And literally a millionaire in 2-week-old Chinese food.
And? Good. Fine.
I'm here.
Yeah.
The point is because of my horrible upbringing, I can't toss food.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Now, my wife, who had a mom who cooked, her thing is like, I'm not eating Chinese.
Throw it out.
It's either throw it out or leftovers is like, I ate that last night.
Yeah.
I'm not eating it tonight. My thing is like, I'll eat it every night until it's gone.
Why do they keep it, people like that? What makes them bring it home even?
She had it ordered in, I think, and just ordered too much.
They just don't know what to do with it. Yeah.
And then it just sits there. Like, there's no way.
They had a plan for tomorrow morning.
Here's the thing about people that grew up with folks cooking for them. They're not going to eat the same meal twice in a row. That's number one. So
even if they think they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, they'd like to think they were the kind of person that did.
Hey, I'm going to eat the leftovers tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes around.
Not going to do it.
I'm not gonna
now,
I ate that last night.
Here's the catch-22. Yeah. They're not going to eat the same thing 2 nights in a row, so that's out.
Yeah.
Then when the second or third night rolls around, it's now too old. You see, that's been in there for a few days. I ain't eating that. So, therefore, leftovers sort of mathematically eliminated from your diet.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about me is, if you made a thing of lasagna the size of Montana, I would just eat through until it was gone. Because there's no way I'm chucking half of Montana worth of lasagna.
I got a huge dose of that in me.
Ironically, well, that's just cheap.
And And women tend to have less of that. It's like, ew, it's moldy. It's like,
cut it off.
Yeah, so what? Tastes good.
No, I know. That's why it's like the cheese is covered with hair. Well, then we have to cut through to the core, and I pull out a Tic Tac size piece out of a wheel of cheese that weighs 80 pounds, the size of a Space Saver. Spare.
You still end up nibbling the moldy stuff.
And eventually I get to the moldy stuff, but I eat it from the inside back toward the mold, so I don't get to the mold.
Right.
And then it starts smelling like someone farted on my head. I stop. That's how it works.
I've always got the thing. What do you think penicillin is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They love that.
Chicks they don't go for that. Yeah, my wife doesn't go for that at all. And I don't think, partly it's because they don't have to. You show me, by the way, a finicky kid or a finicky adult, I'll show you someone who had a lot of choices and a lot of catering going on. Here's the deal. Watch the show Survivor.
Yeah.
When after 3 weeks of eating grubs and crappy, eating grubs and whatever washes up on the beach, and then he comes around and says, yeah, I got some fried chicken. Nobody says, I don't like fried chicken. I don't eat. Well, I like cheese, but I don't like it when it's fried. Everyone's like, F it. I'm digging in.
Whatever it is, yeah.
Whatever it is. Yeah. That's it. You have. That's
why they get the crappy products. So we have some Lay's potato chips.
They're eating the bag. Yeah. They're licking the bag. Like a goat got to it. And that's the whole thing. You have 20 prima donnas, 20 pains in the ass, 20, I'm sure everyone was taken care of, and everyone goes to the restaurant and is a pain in the ass and all that. Put them on an island, take away their food for 3 weeks, and then probes could crap into a Dixie cup, and they'd be fighting over it. That's the way it goes. Now, when you grow up with mom smokes weed and doesn't come out of a room, that's the way you are.
You're there.
That's
you're
the way
a feral child right there.
That's it. You're hungry. And all the people that have the kids are like, he won't eat. He never. All he wants is fish sticks. He'll not eat. Give him a couple days. He'll come around. He'll be eating that cabbage.
That's right.
You just get him hunted. Just think about the people on that island. There's nothing you put in front of them after 3 weeks that they're not diving on.
Absolutely.
Nobody ever says, like, they don't even come close. Like, well, I was hoping for ribs, but burgers will be, hot dogs, whatever. Yeah. Start shoving it in.
Well, and then they're shoving the grubs and stuff in, too.
Yeah.
They'll go for that, no problem.
Yeah. That's all you got to do. You can break your kids, everybody. Oh, yeah. You can break them. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Yeah. Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Well...
What do you think about Thunder Bear? What do you say?
I talked to him out in the hall.
Yeah.
He wasn't excited about it, but some kids came down to watch the show.
See what I'm saying?
And the kids really wanted to see Chief Thunder Bear, and he's not a fan of children, but I told them they're refugees from the tsunami. And
they're Australian tourists.
Yeah.
They don't look Asian.
No, they don't look Asian, but, Thunder Bear, he only knows, he knows Sunni, he knows a few other Mohawk, he knows a few other American Indian tribes, and that's about it. I don't think he knows the difference between Filipino or Vietnamese or any of this kind of stuff. I told him, and I don't want to tell him any differently, that these kids that are here tonight were refugees from the tsunami, and he wanted his, he doesn't go anywhere without his tribal tom-tom music, but he said he'd come in here because it was for
them.
them.
That's nice. Okay, good.
Yeah. So you want me to get him?
Yeah, would you? Well, let's just, should we hear about Julia really quick first so we can sort of set this up?
That's the best, most effective method of abortion?
Oh, perhaps. All
right. Well, why don't you talk to her?
All right.
I'll get him.
All right.
Now, look, he knows... he speaks Choctaw.
He's been coming up with a remarkable amount of English recently.
He has, because I think he's from watching a lot of American TV.
Yeah.
And he's been staying here stateside.
I find it very unsettling when he speaks English.
He's gynecologist. He's American Indian. He's very spiritual. Let me go get him.
All right. Julia?
Dr. Drew?
Hi. Chief Thunder Bear, the North American Choctaw-speaking only, hopefully, gynecologist will be in a second. Well, here it comes. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. What's your question?
I was going to schedule an abortion, but I am kind of nervous about surgery. Plus, I knew someone who had I think it's RU486. Is that the name of the pill that causes a miscarriage?
Hold on. I'm going to interrupt you 1 second here. Oh, my goodness. Chief Thunder Bear, thank you for coming in.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Chris, guess what?
I know. I'm sorry, Chief. He's very upset, Chris, that you didn't... he can tell that the music wasn't here for him. What do you call that, a tom-tom?
Yeah.
So he can say his prayers, so he can feel like a...
100 years of junior college.
So he can feel that he's in his home territory.
Buried in the quad.
Well, that's sacred territory, Chief.
Buried at the snack shack.
That's sacred territory for the junior college students, Chief. I'm sorry. Thank you for the blessing.
Yeah, hey, one the heck and then hey with the rain dance.
I know. Yes, it's been wild weather, and do you have an unrain dance? Can you perhaps do for us?
No. We'll get
back to the girl with the abortion. Okay, yes. Okay. So yes, Julia's calling. Chris, please get us some coffee. I mean, he's mad enough about not having the tom-tom.
Warm up. Yeah, check it. Come on, let's go.
He's learned the word warm up. It's pretty good. Chris, don't laugh at him. He's I know. Junior college.
No.
Yeah. Not a check. It's a big problem in our country. Sorry. But you could straighten them out. You could show them some crafts, too. There could be a Chief Thunderbear line of technical schools, even.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yes, learn to hunt buffalo.
Yes, okay. So Julia is looking for she has a friend who had an abortion, chemical abortion, with probably RU-46 or something like that.
Drink poison stream water, and papoose come shooting out.
Okay. And what's your question, Julia?
I was just wondering what do most people do? I mean, obviously you're not a woman, but is the
hang on, the Chief is offended. Hold on a second. Hang on, Julia. Hold on. The Chief is looking to the gods in the skies. He's looking for strength. Yeah, he's looking for
hermaphrodite.
So he doesn't yell at Julia because he too has experienced
pre-op transsexual.
Well, he apparently has been in touch with the soul of both men and women, and in his spiritual journeys.
Threesome reacher.
So I beg your pardon. So Julia, what again is the question?
I'm kind of concerned about the pain factor, and I'm really squeamish about surgery. I don't know if that would be the best route for me.
A vacuum.
Do you know what most people?
I don't know what the data is, how it breaks down right now, but you're in the first trimester there. Chief, would you agree?
First.
I'm 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
I think.
Go ahead, Chief. I'll translate. Translate. Okay. You're early in your pregnancy, and there are a couple of options. One of them, you can have a vacuum abortion. Chemical abortion. That, Chris, was his coffee order. You got that? You got it? Chris can't go to Starbucks tonight. It's raining too hard, okay?
No, latte. Extra.
Sorry, Chief. But Julia, those are the basic options, and continue.
And
the chemical chemical option is not so bad. They actually, there's some bleeding and cramping for a few days afterwards, but that's about it. And the vacuum, you're done immediately after the procedure, but it is sort of a surgical procedure, but very, very safe.
Yeah, wet, dry, dustbuster.
What about? Well, the Chief is wondering, what about adoption? What about actually having the pregnancy?
I wouldn't. My boyfriend wouldn't want to give it up, and I don't want to really have a baby.
But you wouldn't.
Thunderbear raised by wolves.
Why are you grabbing your breast when you say that, Chief?
Given up as young papoose.
And you breastfed at the teat of a wolf.
Suckled the teeth
of wolf.
That's what gave spirit.
I bet.
Fighting power.
I see that.
More coffee, please.
Oh, my God. Your English is getting very, very clear.
That's why good at Tetris.
Doctor, can I ask you another question? Really
yes, Julie.
Rear of buffalo.
Even though I'm terminating, I've been getting pretty strong cramps anyways.
Yeah.
Is that a bad sign for pregnancy?
Well, Chief, you'll agree with me, it could mean an ectopic pregnancy. So if you get bleeding and the cramping gets severe, you need to go to a hospital right away.
But what does ectopic mean?
Consult own medicine.
Tubal pregnancy.
Oh.
In the tube. And so it's something to be very cautious about. That can be quite devastating if it gets really going. And it's time to go quick. As soon as possible, go to a place that has proper counseling for this sort of thing.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if I can get a medical coupon from DSHS.
Oh boy, well, let's do it quick. You don't want to get through past that first trimester.
Leech off government.
Okay. Thanks for your help, you guys.
All right, Jay. Good luck. I too, yes, I know. I have mixed feelings about helping somebody with an abortion. I know. Abortion's not a good thing.
Next president.
Well, no, probably not.
Or a junior college with Chris.
More probably. But nonetheless, I think adoption is something that should be encouraged. I agree with you. Thank you. Well, thank you for the blessing, and thank you for the help with Julia. And yes, go ahead. Return to Tetris. Yes. And Chris, next time, have the music, have the coffee. Chief, please. I've never heard him curse anybody before, but he is.
Grow head and ground like onion.
He is putting a curse on you, Chris. I'm sort of chilled and goosebumps. It's a scary thing.
May you slip in buffalo flop.
Until this minute, I didn't know that the chief was Yiddish.
May you have wet dream and teepee tonight.
Chris, look away. Look right at it. Makes it worse.
May tomahawk get rash on it.
Chief. He just didn't bring you coffee. Relax.
Gotcha.
I know the music. I know. It's tough.
Yeah.
We just think of the music when you're out playing Tetris. How's your wife? Well, which one? All of them? Wow.
Squaw, pain in ass.
Oh, she teepee flooded?
Teepee flood.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry.
Teepee flood. Squaw, no listen. Pain in ass.
Well, interesting.
Should have been aborted.
You said that Adam had a problem like that with his wife, too, where she wouldn't check the drain and his pool flooded. I know, just like you. Sorry. Okay. Well, Tetris. It'll calm you down. Enjoy, Chief.
She sit in teepee, watch TiVo.
And
Thunder Bear, labor like Mexican in rain. He
is in quite a way tonight. More cursing.
More for Chris.
Oh, boy.
Kiki won that Tetris.
Okay, enjoy. Thank you, Chief. And Chris, what am I going to do? You need one of those like dream catchers or something to sort of fend off evil spirits because, boy, a bad way tonight. There he goes. Oh, he's going to go Chris Carolla now, too.
That was harsh.
Okay, well, let's take some more calls here anyway. Oh, hey, he was in quite a way tonight.
How'd that go?
Chris, how would you say that went?
Not so well for me.
Yeah, he was cursed, and he cursed his wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He didn't seem like he was in a good mood.
Yeah,
he has a lot of women.
He's a passionate man.
Yeah. They had a Super Tramp. They're playing a super set of Super Tramp over there in Arrow, so I didn't catch much of it. You have to listen to that.
Yeah, okay.
All right, you ready to keep going?
Here we go.
Vanessa?
Yes, sir. Yes.
19?
Yes.
What's up?
My son is 2 years old, and he has, since this morning, it looked like he had an infection on his penis, and he's not circumcised, and it started with like a little ball on the top of his penis underneath his foreskin. It looked like the size of a marble. And I took him a bath, and it was gone. The thing is that it looked still affected, so I called the doctor, and it was a doctor on call because it's Sunday, and he said just to put antibiotics on it. Thing is that today, right now, it went all the way down, and his whole penis is huge. It's swollen.
Okay, you should go to the hospital. There's
swollen. Why would it be swollen?
It's a cellulitis infection.
I asked the doctor why would that happen, because he was with the babysitter all day yesterday, and he said it was probably because it's normal for boys to have it, he said, because they like to scratch themselves, and he probably had gotten a little scratch, and he's probably gotten infected.
Yes, to get the little thing on the tip, but to have the whole penis swell up and get infected,
wait, do you not trust the babysitter?
Well, I don't trust nobody with my kid, actually, because I have two boys, and the other one has a diaper rash when I went to pick up both of them, and now my son don't have a diaper rash when he's with me. He don't get it, but when he's with her, he gets it. So I don't know if it's the babysitter's fault, or I was thinking, I remember when I had
Hold on, what do you think the babysitter does? Craps into the kid's diaper while the diaper's wearing it? While the kid's wearing the diaper? Right. Just like he actually pulls the Huggies and then just drops the dump and then rubs it around and sends the kid back out to the yard?
No, it doesn't change the diaper real fast.
Is that what it is? Yeah. All right. Hey, let's try to figure out
what happened to Vanessa.
Yes. Vanessa, anything happened to you? Ever abused in any way?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. My mom's married my mom's been married like 4 times. I don't know, because I kind of like
those guys.
Away.
Anybody do anything bad to you growing up?
Well, I don't remember. I block everything.
Well, we just find it awkward or interesting that you would say that no one else should be trusted with your kid. And you have a deep understanding that bad things can happen, and yet you turn your kids over to people who are not taking care of your kids adequately.
Well, it's not a rich woman.
I mean, I'm a single mom, and I have to work. And this lady was my coworker's mom, and she ended up with my kids one day because I ended up in the hospital, and I have no family around me, and she was the only one that
all right. Listen, let's not get into that for a second.
Wow.
I'm just curious about your past. And by the way, can you stop crapping out the kids, please?
19, too.
You're 19. You got 2 kids you got to screw up. 2 boys, by the way, so, they can be criminals.
They can be criminals?
They're going to be criminals, of course.
Why?
At least start cranking out some girls so we can get a nice, fresh batch of strippers. The boys end up being criminals.
Wow.
How dare you? Oh, yeah.
Why?
It's horrible. But here's the thing, Mom. First off, no more kids. Please, no more kids.
Well, I have an IUD right now.
There you go.
Good. Secondly, what do you mean you don't know if you were ever abused?
Well, I mean, man. Well, because tell you the truth, my brother, I know for a fact that he was abused.
Mm-hmm. He was. Right.
But
what's your brother doing now?
Well, he's at Job Corps. He's at Job Corps right now.
Right. Anyway, Job Corps is prison with a shovel.
And a purpose.
That's what Job Corps is.
And a mission.
It's a camping trip for criminals. It's where you get in a bunch of trouble, and instead of go to jail, your last chance is you get to go to Job Corps.
The only person that's gotten in trouble between me and my brother is me. I mean, my brother's basically the angel between us both.
Well, if the angel of the family's at Job Corps, that's a tough family.
Well, because he can't support himself. I mean,
What happened to you?
Mommy to help him. Me.
What did you do? Mm-hmm.
What do I do?
You said you got in trouble. What did you do?
Well, since I was 15, my mom kicked me out of the house, and...
Yeah, because you were all over the place.
No, I was actually a good person, but my family screwed up.
A student, never did any drugs. Your mom just booted you at 15.
Well, actually, I started smoking weed because my family would always put me down, and so I would do that so I could get away from all that mental...
Listen, Vanessa, I'm only coming down on you because you got 2 kids. You were victimized.
Clearly.
And grew up in a bad family. And my only wish for society is that people like yourselves who were victimized can, get a little education, get a career, get a relationship, do this. And and a little therapy, by the way, for the abuse that you've been through.
Yeah, you shouldn't be in
and
jobs
you should
where
not be parenting children.
Shouldn't be teaching.
You shouldn't. But by the way, you shouldn't be flying commercial aircraft either. You know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of things you shouldn't do when you're 19 and you have 9th grade worth of education and an abuse history. There's a whole litany of things you shouldn't do. For some reason, if you put parent on there, then you become a horrible person. Oh, well, Hitler. I see. No, I don't want you doing that, just like I don't want you running a piece of complicated equipment. Where you could
that you don't know how to run.
That you don't know how to run, where you could actually... And by the way, we won't let you do any of those other things, except for the kids part. That, you get to do as much as you like. So, Vanessa, no more kids. Take the one to the hospital. Just because you were abused doesn't mean people are looking to abuse your kids. On the other hand...
You're the kind of person who will find an abuser to
watch out for the guy you're attracted to and bring home.
But I'm very concerned about the swelling of the soft tissue around the penis, because that can be a serious thing sometimes.
Well, because the doctor didn't seem so concerned when I told him. And
why don't you call him again? Again, you keep hearkening back to the little ball in the tip.
I took him. I'm scared to go to the hospital actually, because last week I took him twice. And another thing about that is I had CPS on me because he had a stomach virus and he wasn't eating right. So I took him to the hospital and they gave me some respiratories. Is that what it's called? You stick them annually?
Suppository.
Suppositories. The thing is, they put one in him at the hospital. They gave me some. I got home. I tried it. Like 6 hours later, he wouldn't let me. Now, I didn't force him. I'm not going to force. I mean, I know I'm supposed to because he already gave me a big old lecture. I'm supposed to. I'm just not used to it, and I don't feel right forcing my son to stick something up his butt. That's how I feel. I mean, and I talked to other ladies.
Well, given that it will stop his vomiting, allow him to take fluids and save his life.
Yeah, I understand. That's what the CPS guy told me. But, I mean, trying...
Well, so here's your choice. He can have a little bit of discomfort with the suppository or die. These are the choices.
Okay, Mom. This is Mom, everybody.
Yeah.
And
CPS twice, hospital twice.
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, everybody, just close your eyes and picture what the young boys are doing about 15 years from now, 16 years from now. All right? College-bound, tax-paying, future fathers of the year.
But after all that chaos, how could they ever contain? It's hard to know.
All right.
All right, well, listen, Vanessa.
I'm just saying,
Vanessa,
don't we see this?
Ask for help, Vanessa. Ask CPS, ask the hospital, maybe some visiting nurses can come by. You need some help. You need some structure. Yes. You really do need help.
You're doing the best you can, but you're 19, you got a 9th grade education, and you're trying to raise 2 boys.
You're doing 50 times the job that Adam would do if he'd had 2 children at 19.
I would complain about me if I had the kids.
You at 19, you would be better off with, goldfish.
Yes.
You could barely handle goldfish at 19.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I did, however, give a goldfish a suppository.
Oh, that's a skill.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that, by the way.
I ironically fed him one of those goldfish crackers right up his rectum.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It was sort of life imitating art. It was interesting. Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break. Chris, what's happening, brother? So we'll take a quick break.
Hey, watch out for Thunderbird when you go back out in the hall.
Yeah, don't. If you're going down the hall, don't head toward the Jock Lounge. Right. Head toward the arrow, where the vending machines are. All right, take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Loveline, baby dolls. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. I'm Ace. That's for Par, Dr. Drew. Misha?
Yes?
19?
Yes?
What's up?
Not much. I thought I'd just call and ask this question. My boyfriend, we've been going out for about a year, and maybe 3 or 4 times when he's had an orgasm, he hasn't ejaculated.
Just out of curiosity, you...
Stick?
Irwindale Speedway? Where are you?
You driving one of those outlaw midget sprint cars?
No, I'm just driving in the car.
Oh, you're in the car, okay.
And you're driving?
No, my boyfriend's driving. I just figured...
All right. What's he got under the hood?
I don't know. Ask him.
4-cylinder, the Civic.
The Civic?
Didn't sound like it.
All right, but you got something going? You got some exhaust or something going on there? Or maybe a throttle body?
It's factory.
Say it again?
If they hear me revving it up.
Oh, okay. Nice. Phone stock, huh?
Fully stocked.
All right, fully stocked. But I like a guy, by the way, hold on, let me say this. You know what drives me nuts? Everything drives me insane. But
no doubt.
I drive with people. When I drive with someone who drives a stick, I may even yelled at you for this, True, which is the guy who shifts prematurely with the stick.
Yeah.
He puts it in first. He gets up to like 1,400, 1,500. Then it's into second.
Yeah.
And then he gets it up to like 1,600. Okay. Then he's into third. And it was like, now we're in 4th gear. We're going 28 miles an hour. And it's like, the engine's just filling up with carbon. And then I feel like an idiot. Now, I'm not sure what to do. Now I sit there and I'm like kind of looking, and they do it again, and they're going. It's like they're practically like going from third to fourth. Like,
I just imagine you reacting the way you do with the Ranchero music, like just cut it out. Yeah, it's like yelling at the driver.
I sit on it for a while, and then it's like. Then the next one is like, I try to come at it from a helpful standpoint. Like, it's better, get a lot less carbon deposits in there if you
you're talking to your mom's friend. If you were talking to me or something,
I start yelling,
screaming at us.
Okay, but it just bothers me. I like the fact that Nisha's boy goes ahead and turns a few R's before he shifts.
But he's got a dry ejaculation. How many times has this happened?
Maybe 3 or 4.
Is he on any medication?
No.
You sure?
Yes,
Positive.
I'm sure.
Don't even take aspirins for headaches.
And do you masturbate a lot where there's sort of nothing left kind of thing?
No, I don't. I barely masturbate at all.
Okay, we got no.
You know what I'm talking about?
First, he's made no car modifications whatsoever.
Yes, but he's revving the engine.
All right, but he won't take aspirin. I don't like that. And then
he didn't say he doesn't smoke pot or drink wine.
Nisha, what's your man's name?
David.
Okay, and now how do you know he has an orgasm if nothing comes out?
Because he sounds like he does and he says he does. Because I asked him, did you have an orgasm? And he said yes, because I assume he doesn't.
But David, you know what I'm talking about? Have you had one recently before that and you sort of have nothing left?
No, because it's just started happening to me within the last year, and it's only been with her. And
it may be something called retrograde ejaculation, where the ejaculation goes back up into the bladder.
Makes you gay.
No, it doesn't make you gay. Yeah. And that can be, positioning. It could be medication. It could be just you. Or it may be that you have been having sex more frequently than your body can kind of keep up with. Mm-hmm. That happens sometimes.
All right. But
that's a lot.
It's usually not dangerous.
No.
And I'm sure it's not like, when you're 20 years old, you can have sex 8 times a day before you run out of sap.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I don't think that's what's going on.
I think it's retrograde.
Well, did he really have an orgasm? He experienced a sensation.
That's not a question for male. You know what I'm saying? That's not something. I'm not sure.
Well, nothing came out, though. Did he just have a weird... But every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? You have this weird sensation, and it's sort of like something happened.
An almost orgasm.
Yeah. All right.
But again, that's from masturbating too much.
Okay. I heard you the first 10 times. Mark?
Yeah?
You're 19?
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Hey, so my girlfriend is 15, and she's got an amazing sex drive.
Whoa. She's 15, and you're 19? What are you doing with a 15-year-old?
Hanging it.
We met, we started spending time together. And
okay. Hold on a second. Thanks. Get the notes, Adam.
Oh, see.
Yeah.
Met.
Mm-hmm. Started spending time together. And then started having sex. That's how it happened.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you guys never met and spent 0 time together. I really had no idea who was. I thought he just put his penis through a hole in a like an outhouse, and she got on the other end and serviced him. I didn't know they'd actually see each other.
That's kind of hard. But Mark, here's the deal: a 15-year-old who is going out with a 19-year-old that has a heavy sex drive, almost by definition, is a trauma survivor. Is someone who's struggling with issues. So what happened to her? What happened to her?
What happened to her? My parents divorced.
Hey, Mark.
I guess that's
Stop doing the dishes, Mark.
Yeah.
Stop doing the dishes.
Can you empty the ashtrays after you get off the phone, please?
Okay.
Oh, how dare you, Adam?
What are you doing? What are you doing, Mark?
I just went over and sat down on the couch because you wanted me to quit doing the dishes.
All right. Thank you. But by the way, do you have your own national top 10 show? Is it Mark's, pedophile countdown you do every Saturday? Do you spend that much time on the radio? Should you actually be doing a load of dishes for the 3 minutes you're going to be on?
Matter of fact, yes. Yeah. Right. You got to think about it for a second, Adam. Come on.
This kid's cocky. I like that.
Well.
All right. So, you're having sex with a 15-year-old. See, we don't like that. What grade is she supposed to be in? 15? Is she 10th grade?
10th grade, yes.
Yeah.
And you're out of high school?
I just graduated last July.
July. All right.
June.
So,
9 months ago.
She's an old... Oh, okay. Yeah, You still wearing the cap and gown, Mark?
That is the converse of, well, right now. That's the same impulse.
I'm practically in high school. I just graduated, in before the summer.
Mark, what are you doing for work?
I work at a computer repair shop.
Okay.
And, the quirk to it is it's owned by her mom.
All right. And she's in the 10th grade.
Yes.
And are you guys in love?
Yes, we are. Very much so.
All right. Mark, have you not had a lot of girlfriends before this one?
No, she's actually my first.
All right, hold on. I'll put that together with the computers.
Yeah.
All right, here's what's going on. Yeah. This isn't your usual sort. This isn't the guy with the El Camino and the primer and the fenders.
No, this is the comic book store owner.
Yeah, he's the computer guy. Yeah. This is the nerdy guy who really, emotionally, even though he's 19 chronologically, from an experiential standpoint, is probably younger. Is 13 or 14.
He's got a little bit of that little antisocial feel to him.
Yeah, he's got a little angry nerd to him, as most nerds do. But he's getting laid, and he wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
And that's basically what his question is.
Broadcast it.
Yeah, because... what's his question?
Well, let's ask how frequently. Maybe he's just sort of bewildered by it.
But by the way, guys like this aren't dangerous.
Well, he may be, though.
I'll tell you where it gets dangerous. Later on, if she's a chick who's worth anything, she gets in the 11th grade, there's some senior guy who likes her, she realizes she's going out with the nerdy guy, she dumps him, and then he freaks on her.
How often is it she wants to have sex, Mark?
More than I do, and that's generally something like 4 times on a good day.
4 times a day?
Mm-hmm. A good day.
What's a bad day?
A bad day is just, once or as, schedule allows, but on a good day it's generally...
Well, Mark, what's the average?
Average?
Don't give me your personal best. What's the average?
Personal best is way high.
Average.
Average, just by schedule, the time allowed is...
average, number.
Twice a day.
Twice a day.
All right. And you would like to do it less than that?
I'm actually happy at 2.
All right. Well, then, he called to say he gets laid. He's been dying to say that for the last 4 years. He's been watching all his classmates get some.
Your average is 2. You want 2. Where's the problem?
There's no problem.
She's perfectly happy going many more than that, and I'm usually finished before she's...
Well, that's because you're a great lover, Mark.
I still worry that she's bipolar or trauma survivor or something.
Oh, she is.
She's bipolar?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
You're exploiting somebody who's got some issues. Just make sure she gets proper treatment.
Yeah, all right. I do everything I can to help her with that.
Okay, no, we know. As
don't get her pregnant.
As situations like this are that we don't like, this is amongst the best.
Yeah, you're fine.
You're taking care of her. You have a conscience.
She dumps you in 8 months. Don't get freaky on her.
But realize that some of that excessive sexual activity may be hypomania, and if she's a trauma survivor, it's very difficult for her to sort of feel satisfied sexually. She'll go into these periods where she's constantly obsessing about it, and then she'll shut down completely and not be interested in it.
Yeah. Robin?
Yes, hi.
26?
Yep.
What's up?
My problem is that my boyfriend, who I've been with about 2 years now, when we first started dating, I had been with a lot more men than he'd been with women. He'd only been with one other person besides me.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
So now...
He's himself. Yeah, go ahead.
So hot in here.
Go ahead.
Now the problem is that we're having a huge trust issue in our relationship where he's told me that he still doesn't trust me because he thinks that I was a slut and a whore back in the day, and that he thinks that people don't change, and that...
How many guys have you been with?
I've been with 25.
That's a good number.
Hey, why don't you stand up for yourself? This guy's being an ass.
Yeah.
Well, I do. I tell him that, people do change. When
Robin,
it's not even about change.
You don't need to change.
Were you cheating on these guys?
No, but I'm not proud of my number.
Yeah, but listen. Here's the deal. He's trying to shame you.
Here's the deal. Also, by the way,
he feels inadequate.
There's envy in this, too.
Of course.
There's an amount of envy. He wishes he had the same number.
Of course. Here's the thing. As a guy, you want your number to be higher than your woman.
Yes.
That's it.
And
I don't care if you're 4 or 40.
And in your 20s, you have energy about that.
And you have energy. And he has energy about it. Now, here's the thing. You guys end up arguing about whether you're, he comes at it from a sort of pragmatic standpoint, which is, hey, I'm just worried you're going to act again. Yeah. Who knows when your vagina's going to strike again? Your vagina could pounce at any moment. It's a wild vagina.
Who knows?
I picture your vagina up in a tree.
And by the way, men have weird fantasies about women and their
penis
sexuality.
Comes walking by, Drew. The vagina's up in the tree and pounces on it like a cougar.
Happens all the time.
Yeah. No, he's not really worried about that. He feels shame and inadequate, and he's going to thrust that onto you, and then you're going to engage him in this retarded argument about, we've been together for 2 years and I've never cheated. Yeah, well, not yet, you slut.
Yeah. Oh, what an asshole.
Oh, and look,
just an asshole.
According to your average, 25 guys lost your virginity at 16. You're doing 3 guys a year up until when I met you. So that means you've probably done 3 more. You've probably done a guy in this time we've had this argument.
The reality is only about 2 guys a year.
Yeah.
And she probably went to college and probably had her thing in the early 20s, as many women have.
Yeah. Well, that's 2 points something a year. But, the point is, I don't know what she lost. Well, it's fine when she lost her virginity. Here's my point. Don't engage him in this argument.
No, put it down.
Robin, I will straight. When did you lose your virginity, by the way?
I lost it when I was 18.
18? Getting close to my 3 number, by the way.
All right, it's 3.
You guys been going out since you were 24?
Yeah.
Just 3.
6 years?
4.
Oh.
It's 4 years. 25 was her number?
Oh, yeah.
18 to 24?
Oh, times 12. Is it 12?
6.
Wait a minute.
18 to 24 is 6 years.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
4 guys a year.
Oh, 4 guys a year.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah. Good times. Okay, listen. We got a problem. Robin, here's what you need to do. Are you listening to me, Sweet Pea?
I'm listening.
Don't dance with him. You will be doing him a favor, and I wish someone would have done this for me when I was 27, full of pit vinegar, and so does every other guy secretly, whether they admit it or not. Here's what it is. Look, when he comes at you that way, I'm not cheating on you. I've not cheated on you.
I'm a committed person.
I'm committed to you. There's many, many, many women who have done this and worse. I never cheated on anybody. I was just having a good time.
People in their 20s exploit one another.
And this is what people do when they're this age. Now, you want to be my boyfriend and you want to focus on moving this forward?
Shut up.
Or do you want to just do the foot drag routine and live in the past? Because you will, and this relationship will end, not because I cheat, but because you keep harping on me.
No, I totally I hear what you're saying because it makes sense, because I see a lot of, he envies a lot of the fact that he was kind of the Metallica geek, you know?
Yeah, he was a nerd. He didn't get laid.
Yeah, he was. He was kind of the nerd in school, and I was the cheerleader.
Yeah, you're in demand.
He feels inadequate. He feels like he can't hang on to you. He's scared. Here's the deal. He's going to screw this up. He's
going to sabotage it.
You got to just put it down, and if he can't let go of it, then he needs to go get his number up there.
You would tell him he's got to let go of it.
Yeah.
Or he will become a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Absolutely.
You will cheat, and you will move on, and that'll be that. And, by the way, enter Sandman. You will be, that's a Metallica song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Enter Jackman. You will be beating off staring at your Lars poster back in your crappy apartment. And you know the one who's got the numbers? Going to add to those numbers.
Sure.
You're 26. You're a cheerleader. You do what you want.
Arizona?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Huh. You're fine, baby. Just believe me. But here's what I'm saying. Guys, and women have their own version of this, too. Each partner needs a yank on the chain.
What's the female version?
I'm trying to think. Here's what I'm saying. Because see, women spin out. Your wife does the same thing, you know. And we've talked about this before. I secretly believe that when the other couple spins out, I shouldn't say the couple, but the other partner spins out, they feel like a child or a pet that gets out of control.
Yeah.
You give a pet run of the house and shut the door, they just start to crap over there, start chewing on themselves, start chewing furniture. Relax, Drew. I see your posture. Relax. You're getting going now. You want to say something, but just listen to me. This is interesting.
I'm listening.
They need confinement. Like, they don't need restraint, but they need to say, look, I'm your master. Everything's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Now get in the broom closet. I'm shutting the door.
Yeah.
You're like when your wife went nuts when you went to the Playboy Mansion to do Politically Incorrect. The backpedaling causes more. It's like they're rolling downhill. They're stumbling at you. You backpedal, they feel more out of control. They feel like they're losing. They're stumbling. They can't keep up their feet. They need you to yank that chain. You need to say, look, this is business. I got a house here and a family to provide for. Obviously, I'm not in the grotto with any playmates. We're shooting a TV show right here. And by the way, I'm out by 9 o'clock to go to my next job. All right? So, zip it. I need to be able to focus. I don't need you riding me for stuff I didn't do. Boom. It snaps them into place. I think they need it, provided you didn't spend a weekend at the Bunny Ranch.
Right.
And I think in a situation like Robin's here, I think she needs to tug the chain.
Absolutely.
So look, you want this to end? It's going to end. Not because I'm going to cheat, because you won't stop talking about a past that you feel inadequate about with your past. Now, I love you. We've been together for 2 years, no cheating. Let's move on. Am I right?
Absolutely. It's setting a boundary.
All right.
It's saying, hey, it's your problem, not mine.
People like boundaries.
Yep.
Yes?
Yes.
All right, now give me some coffee. All right, let's take ourselves a little break. We'll be right back after that. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LVE-191. You know what my New Year's reso is, Drew?
Stop smoking, stop your medicine, wine that is, lose weight, exercise more, be a good person, make more money, get a better job.
Nope. You know what it is? More stretching. Stretch more. Because I'm convinced when you're on your deathbed and you think back, what should I've done more of?
Stretching.
Stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Stretching would be good. Think Drew.
Yeah.
Drew.
You're right.
Drew. What if
balance training? Yeah.
What if a person? What kind of training?
Balance training.
Balance training. Yeah. What is that?
As you get older, your balance gets all screwed up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what if every morning some chick in a unitard showed up, like one of those black, good-looking but flat-chested, and a unitard showed up at your house every morning, just stretched your ass for like 40 minutes?
Be good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd help.
Huh?
Yeah, I got lots of.
And then whipped you up a smoothie, and then I gave you a BJ.
Oh, okay.
And then snapped you in the ass with a towel on your way to work. Huh?
Fantastic. That's my idea of the good life, Adam.
That would be a great ritual.
Yeah.
Will?
Yeah.
You're 18?
So here we go, Will.
Yeah.
Here we go. What's up?
Like, I've known my girlfriend for like 2.5 months, and just recently had intercourse with her.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I couldn't finish. And, like, actually Saturday night...
This is the bogus call that he's building up to here.
Actually, Saturday night, she was able to get me to finish.
Have you ever called the show before?
No, I haven't.
He sounds like that guy that goes,
Yeah, all right.
No, it's like the truth.
Okay.
The truth? That him?
Yeah. I don't know. That was Anderson.
No, but I mean, that's him.
I don't know. Drew, you remember our calls.
I know.
Let me tell you something. When I leave the studio, I shake my head like an Etch-a-Sketch and everything's gone.
I know.
Every night.
I know.
Gone.
I know.
Erased.
Yes. I've noticed you do that about 4 times a day.
And then every once in a while someone goes, hey, remember last night? And I go, shh, my pretty, don't speak. I don't ever want to talk about this show. Well,
so what's the question?
Yeah, what is the question?
I don't know what would be wrong with me not being able to finish in climax.
You said she did get you to finish, though, the following night.
The following night.
All right, so there's nothing wrong with you.
What I don't get is, like, why I can't finish, like, in the original night.
You're gay.
All right,
look.
Well, please. Will, what's your future hold for you, by the way? What are you doing? You planning on junior college? What are you working toward?
Working toward getting a certification in auto body.
Good.
Okay.
Good man. That's what I like. Going to tech school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be pulling dents. spreading Bondo.
Well, you're just nervous that first night. Anxiety works against you if you're on any medication. Sometimes that'll work against. If you're doing drugs or stimulants or alcohol, that all works against you.
Yeah. Now, see, now I like I'm in love with Will.
We're fine with Will. We're at peace with him.
Yeah. I don't want him wasting all the taxpayers' money and his time and society's time by going to junior college.
No, you're right. Yeah.
He's going to work on auto.
I'm persuaded.
Yeah.
You know, I'm coming around to your way of looking at the world.
You know what I like? I like any commercial. I watch a lot of late-night infomercials. Anyone that has to do with pulling dents or fixing dings in cars, because the beginning... First, they show you how you get a ding.
Accident.
They show shopping carts hitting your car. They show other cars hitting your car. As if you could never imagine it. Like, my imagination is not wild enough to ever picture how a car could possibly get a dent or a ding. No. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's confusing.
If you said, you know those dings and dents you got in your car?
They had to show me a picture because I wouldn't know what they were talking about.
I wouldn't know what they meant. It's the same thing with the cold commercials. I must see a guy sneezing with a red nose who's miserable so I can actually see what a cold is. Otherwise, I'd have no reference point. Cold? Does that mean it's cold inside his house? I don't know. I would get confused and shut the TV. Have to wrap a hot towel around my head to stop the sounds from coming in. But the first part of the commercial for these infomercials, like the ding doctors and stuff, first is, oh, those annoying dents. And they show car doors opening into your car door and shopping carts. They happen everywhere, and they're expensive. And then my favorite part. Now you got the mechanic. He's smoking the cigar. He's got the hat, but the brim is turned up, and you're paying him.
Right.
Wow. And he's laughing.
Yes.
He's a huge pile of cash on his hand, and he's blowing cigar smoke in your face, and he keeps laughing. And his take is like, oh, no, keep it coming. As if you guys never agreed on a price. Like, how much to fix my fender? 2 pounds of money. I'll just hold my hand out, and I'll laugh and blow cigar smoke in your face. You just keep... And by the way, like you show up to get your car with, like, what an attaché case with, like, 35 grand
by the way,
worth
what a
20s.
Great way to run a business. I'm sure you'd be thriving.
Yeah, just laughing and blowing smoke in your face. Keep it coming. Yeah, as if they aren't all unsettled by insurance guys cutting checks and stuff. But I just love that cash is peeling it off just enough. And the guy's like, is that enough? No, just keep going. I'll tell you when to stop. Yeah, right. But that's what it's like. That's what it's like when you work at a body shop, Drew. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's good.
You just blow cigar smoke in guys' faces, and you laugh maniacally while they peel off 20s and put them in your hand. And when it weighs so much you can't hold your arm out anymore, no, you take a rest. And then it's more 20s, and then you stop. And you got a customer for life. That's how it works. All right, where are we going, Drew?
Rachel.
Oh, those dings.
Got 40 seconds.
Oh, those dings. Look at that. I would say, look, any commercial I'm making, I don't care if it's cold medicine or dings, we don't need to spend the first goddamn half of the commercial explaining what happens when you get a ding or get a cold. Let's just get on to the product.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who decided, by the way, that every one of these products had to spend the first half of the commercial showing nothing? I would just get the product in immediately.
Yeah.
I don't need to see a whole setup.
By the way, with TiVo and stuff now, you just want to have a blinking light with your product.
You know what's crazy about TiVo now is I realize that there's certain commercials that I fast-forwarded through 1,800 times, and I still have no idea what it is. Mm-hmm. And once in a while, after 1,800 times, I'll stop and watch it just to say, what is that for?
Yeah.
I saw that idiot. I fast-forwarded through that idiot 1,000 times. I have no idea what it is. Yes, with TiVo, you should just have a graphic of your product name flashing. Yeah? And some cleavage. Show some cleavage, because I'm going to stop. I see cleavage, I'll stop. All right. Let's take ourselves a quick break, Drew. Speak to Rachel when we come back.
Yeah.
Had sex at 11 with a 17-year-old?
I'm thinking about, but now she thinks she's sexually addicted. I think maybe put Michelle and Rachel together, because Michelle's a survivor of sexual abuse who went through that whole thing in line 1 there. It'd be interesting to talk to both of them.
Yeah. I thought, we have an engineer named Michelle, too.
Yeah.
It becomes confusing. All right, Drew. We'll clear that up. We'll be right back after this. Well, there you go. The best of Loveline.
Best is without guest. You've always said that, actually.
I always say that.
And here we are.
And my great uncle Gustavo Eubangus used to say that. Yeah, had it embroidered into a quilt. So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Ingold. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.